like in the tattoo industry.
Oh.
Derek Manx won.
Yo, Derek, good to see you in chat, man.
$101.
Thank you.
How in the world do you think the OnlyFans life is okay
God,
with
bro.
a good man? It makes absolutely zero sense.
They're
Your
out for
mentality
blood.
is broken. If you want that life and don't value yours, then fair enough. You can't have both, though.
Yo,
Yes, you can.
Derek, thank you for the TTS. Do you guys have a response to Derek?
Yeah, yes, you can. There is a lot of good men out there that respect OnlyFans girls. And to say that there is no good men out there and to say that none of us are going to find good men is such a mean thing to say, because it's like almost saying that none of us are worthy of love or like worthy of finding a good man, which is so mean. Don't say that. Be
Do
nice.
you guys think, those of you that do OnlyFans, do you think that there's certainly men that are going to date you, but do you think you have to some degree eliminated or minimized, we don't know the exact percentage, your dating pool? Like, because there are men, like there are men out there that it's just they don't want to date someone who does sex work. Because of what you guys do, have any of you encountered any struggles when it comes to dating? Have you met a guy who's just like, hey, this is too much for me, or has it impacted your romantic pursuits?
I would say that it already kind of eliminates people who aren't for me in general, because even if I didn't personally have an OnlyFans, I would be supportive of other people who were doing it. And I just feel like my personality, like I'm very open and fluid, and I'm more aligned with people like that.
I would also agree. I think there are always going to be, no matter what you do, people that are just automatically eliminated from your dating pool. I am kind of like you. I'm super open, and I support sex workers. I support all types of sex workers, and I wouldn't want to be with somebody that didn't align with that as well. So, yeah, I guess they eliminate themselves because I wouldn't want to be with them either.
Can I ask you ladies a question? How would you feel about your daughter doing sex work?
I don't have a daughter, so.
But if you did, just try to put yourself in the hypothetical
I
a
would
little
be
bit.
supportive because in my situation, I would like my mom to be supportive with it. So I would be supportive if my daughter chose to do anything with her life, as long we're not hurting anyone. We're not bad people. And it's kind of sad that you guys are keep like kind of pushing, making us feel like we're bad people. And
I
like,
just asked the question.
Kind of like almost, discourage us and like shame us, which like we're not hurting anyone. We're not killing anyone. We're not doing anything. There's people like that are hurting the planet, hurting children. So I feel like to worry really about OnlyFans girls is just so unfair.
Hold on
of
just a
course,
sec.
fans love simps. Simps are making these talentless, no life experience, and no
I have
life
lots of
skills
talent,
having
lots of-
hose rich.
No
they
life
count their
experience.
acts and pay sweaty fat dudes to chat with you while they laugh. Stop contributing to the downfall of society. LLLLL.
Wow. Okay, they're out for blood tonight.
I was gonna respond to
Thank
that.
you, Frankie. Go ahead.
So I'm kind of working hard so that I'm financially stable in the future. I'm taking all my OnlyFans money and trying to save and invest it because everyone's experience is different. I went to OnlyFans because I grew up very, very poor, and OnlyFans, I realized you can make money quickly. I was working like 60-hour work weeks before OnlyFans, and this was just like a lot more freedom for me and a new experience. But basically, I'm trying to work really, really hard so that my daughter wouldn't have to do OnlyFans unless she wanted to. That was like her preference.
Right.
Like I said, I got into it mainly for the money to support myself. But so if my daughter wants to do it, then she can, and I'll support her. But
Which brings up a good question. Would any of you do it if it weren't for the money?
No.
If you could make the equal amount of money with reasonable amount of effort, because I'm sure you still need to put in some effort, right? I'm so sure you need to exercise real business skills, promotion, networking, all those things. So say you could do that, but to another industry and make equal amount of money, would you do that?
It depends, because I really like the time freedom that I get from it, because sometimes I'll work
equal.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I guess if I could still make my own schedule, if there was something else I was passionate about, I would be open to it. But I actually really enjoy a lot of aspects of doing OnlyFans. And for the question about if I had a daughter, I would just want her to be honest with me and safe. And I would prefer if she was maybe a little older, not like freshly 18 doing it, just so she doesn't like regret some of her choices. But I think, if I had a daughter, she would be her own person, and I can't really like dictate her decisions. But I do think it's going to be a lot more accepted going forward. I kind of feel like we were the guinea pigs during COVID when everyone started doing it and like not knowing the consequences and how it would play out.
I want to add on to her question. Would you guys be okay with your mom doing OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my mom would never do that.
My mom wouldn't either, but if she wanted to, I mean, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, can I add something, by the way? You said that
Chicks and
OnlyFans
milf.
doesn't, you said that OnlyFans, okay.
Hold on.
Gredneck
We'll get
donated
you.
$99.
Yeah, thank you, Gredneck.
Derek Manx, one buddy, I totally agree with you, but these girls definitely value their life. It's somewhat around 15 to 30 bucks a month from total pathetic idiots who will never have a shot getting anything else of them. Brian, keep up the podcast. Love the show.
Well, thank you, Gredneck, for that. Appreciate it. 15 to 30. What? Everyone just want to blurt out really quick your monthly OF fee? Is it
30.
20.
15 with a discount.
10, 20.
I think mine's at 10 right now.
Is there a whatever coupon code that
It is on sale right now.
on sale? Okay, good. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think you were making.
No,
a
she was
point
making
or-
a point,
Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Nev. Go ahead, Nev.
So you were saying that OnlyFans doesn't hurt anybody, but I would disagree personally. I would say that I'd say that distributing that kind of content is just hurting like men and other people who decide to buy it. It's just perpetuating, I don't want to say degeneracy, but it's perpetuating behaviors that set people back rather than forward. So, for example, you're contributing to porn addiction, you're contributing to a lot of things. You're normalizing OnlyFans, and it's basically, I wouldn't say you personally are endorsing it and like telling younger girls, oh, do this, it's getting me money. But as a whole, I think that the promotion of OnlyFans is doing that. I think that unfortunately 18-year-old girls are fresh out of high school and they're doing this because other girls are saying, oh, it's getting me money. And it's like, I feel like you haven't really explored your other options. I feel like if you did say you were talented, I don't know what your talents are personally, but I feel like if you were to utilize those talents and use them to the best of your ability, you could do better things than be a part of an industry that's hurting people, like the consumers and the people who are creating.
And that promotional
I
aspect
see
you make
what
is
you're
very true. You hear about like girls who are like 17 who literally when they're about to turn 18
They're
are
already thinking about
promoting. No, they're promoting it, being like, hey, my 18th birthday, this is about
Yeah.
to drop. Like that's crazy and kind of disturbing. Like I'm sure we
Yes.
can all at least admit that that's kind of disturbing. That
Yes.
culture that
I
is
see
being
where
developed.
I see what you're saying, and I definitely do have my limits, and I do have boundaries when it comes to OnlyFans. I think it's really important. I think OnlyFans is actually much more ethical than porn, because these girls, we're basically our own managers or whatever. We choose what's going to go out there. We choose what we're comfortable with. The girls that work with other people, they choose who they want to do scenes with. They choose who they want to work for. And yeah, like you're your own manager. I feel like that's honestly more ethical than going to like watching regular porn, you know?
I can definitely agree with you. When I see women that do have OnlyFans and that are older and that are promoting it to younger women and stating that this is so great, you're making so much money so fast, the majority of women that are on OnlyFans are not making massive amounts of cash.
like the
And
industry
I
standard,
think,
what is this, like $600 a month or
yeah,
something?
it's
for
not
like,
a lot
180.
unless you already have a platform and
Yes.
have
Right.
grown your whatever. I don't think that any of us should be promoting or saying, hey, you're freshly 18, you should hop on this. And there are women that do that and try to
Right.
sign women up just to get a referral from them.
Absolutely.
And I can definitely agree that that's wrong.
Oh,
I was
there's
27
a referral. Wait, there's a referral program through
to
it.
sign.
No,
Yes.
no, I didn't know
I
that.
think that
no,
that's wrong.
are you fucking serious?
Yes.
No.
And I'm saying that that's definitely wrong. I would literally never do that. I will always be honest about the negatives of doing it because there are pros and cons to literally everything. But when you're freshly 18, you don't know what the consequences are. You don't know
Right.
what it's going to do to affect your mental health. And I started mine when I was 27 years old. So, I had started nude modeling when I was younger. I was very confident with myself. I was confident with my body. I took a lot of time to decide, okay, these are the things that I would be okay with doing, on my account and the things that I would be okay with having leaked, etc. before I came to that decision. And I don't think that freshly 18-year-old women have the mental capacity to really understand what they're doing. So I can definitely agree that that's wrong.
100%, and that's crazy because I never knew there was any kind of incentive for referrals. So that makes sense why it is. I mean, it would have had some type of impact on culture regardless. But the fact that there is a financial incentivization for that is really fucked up, yo.
And they're
That's
just
like
perpetuating.
disturbing,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
There's, oh, sorry.
No, you.
they're just perpetuating this idea of, oh, you're
Right.
freshly 18, you're gonna make millions of dollars, and that's just not the case. I mean, the reason that I make any sort of money was because I already had a very large
platform.
following, and I signed up and could immediately start making money. But I would never. You know.
It's continue your point if you'd like. I need to re-trigger this one.
I would never perpetuate that to an 18-year-old
Right.
woman, or I would always say, you know, here are the pros, here are the cons. This is what you need to think about before you do it. Because,
Right.
you know, obviously I understand that there's a stigma with it, and there's things that will follow you for the rest of your life that you have to really set that boundary. And I think these 18-year-old women as well might push themselves too far into doing a type of content that maybe later on they'll regret, and they don't have the capacity
Derek
to say,
Manx 1 donated $100.